Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at AGIX. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it is free to join. Okay, so basically what we're looking for here is still looking for that potential that we could have a fourth wave correction in play here, where we're looking for a move that could potentially take us down to the zone of the 03390 to this 1571 at the low range of the move. So this would be our key area that we'd be looking to hold for support if we're looking for this continuation to the upside. For as long as we hold this zone, I am still looking for that potential that we could get this fifth wave to the upside. And basically, what we need to see is if we lose this 50%, then this becomes less likely, in which case we would have to potentially argue then that all we've had up here is a three-wave move that completed into this high here, as we didn't develop this fourth and fifth, which could then effectively lead to a bigger sell-off to the downside, and we could actually still be looking for continuation down and actually looking to break down below this 0363 area. If we fail to hold this zone here, we can also argue that potentially this could in itself be another 1 and a 2. The key area of support would be this 1556 to this 0552 zone at the lower range here. So this would be our key area to hold if we are looking for bullish potential here, whether this is as an A wave completed, and then we're just looking for a B and a C if it's going to develop as a corrective structure, or alternatively, if we're looking at that impulse, then we'd have potentially this move as a 1-2 here, and effectively another 1 and a 2 down into this zone, looking at this as three-wave structure down into this area, looking for that support potentially towards this 50% zone. Might be an interesting one in line with this previous fourth wave. Or alternatively, if it comes down deeper, the 618 might be an interesting zone lower down. Okay. So let's talk about the subwave structure that we currently have here. So it is looking very choppy and corrective right now. There is some potential here, that we could argue that within this structure, we have this as an A wave, potentially a B and a C to the downside, which would kind of fit into coming back down into these lower ranges. And the way that we're looking at this is within this structure is if it's, there we go. So we came up into this box that we had talked about and we actually rejected off of there. We were looking at the potential that we could also have some bullish potential to the upside here, where this becomes a 1, a 2, a 1, and a 2. And then actually we look to push up for that bigger structure. For the most part, that's not invalidated, and we'll go over that in a second. But I am sort of leaning more towards this potential to actually break down deeper here. So I'm looking at this in two ways. We can either argue that this is an A wave, or potentially we can look at it as a W wave. Then we have this as an X or B, and then potentially looking for either a 5-wave move down here, which we would be looking for this as a, like I said, a bigger 5-wave move for a C wave, or alternatively, we might get something else develop here where we get something like this as an a B, and then a C, and still look to head down lower here. Some key areas will be this previous low here of this 3349 if we do move back down into this zone, though we are currently sitting on a very strong support area here, which we have been testing over and over throughout this period. We can see we found support on it multiple times here, but obviously the more touch points we get on an area, the more likely it becomes to break. So unless this starts to actually move away here, what I'd be cautious of is actually just getting continuation to the downside, where we basically just can't get away from this. We break down, find resistance, and then actually look to push down deeper. So that's what I'm currently looking for the most part. It is holding at this time. So as long as we stay above this, potentially we could argue that we could still see another move to the upside here, where potentially this could be an A, a B, and a C. The problem with that is it starts to get quite disproportionate to this wave here, and that becomes less likely. Okay, so let's get into this count now. Sorry, got sidetracked there. So the way I'm currently looking at this is that potentially if we want to look for a 5-wave structure, this could be a 1, 2, and then basically within this structure, there would be an extension within this third wave as a 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that wave 3. This is a fourth, and then potentially we could argue that it's hard to say within this substructure that we currently have here, The fifth wave target though is here at this 3919 to this 3809 zone. So technically speaking, we're coming into the zone of the area that we'd look for this fifth wave to come into. What we've got to be cautious of is whether we do get further extension. If we move down into this zone and we can't break this fourth wave high up here at this 4298, then it's possible that this wave could be extending out deeper. So this is looking for that potential to actually move down towards this 3127 for confirmation of a bigger wave 3 here. Looking at this as a wave 1, 2, and then looking for that bigger wave 3 to the downside. So if this does start to extend out, more, it could even be potentially that instead of counting this as a triangle within here, potentially this is a wave 1 into here, 2, this all becomes a 3, 4, and then we get a fifth wave down. So there is still potential to extend down here, but we are currently sitting on top of the support range, so we're gonna have to see how this holds. Okay, so that's basically what we're looking for within this structure. We can complete this as a wave 1 here, and then this is the next zone I'd be looking out for if we do move up, especially if we only see a three-wave structure to the upside. We could then see rejection within this zone. So this 0.618 area is quite an interesting zone because it would be testing these highs here. If it potentially could end up with something like a swing failure or fear for that continuation to the downside. So keep an eye on that zone. Potentially we could argue that that would be a zone we could actually look for that rejection off of if we're going to look to continue down. So the reason I'm saying this is because we could see something like this play out where we actually get this as another 1 and 2 in here. Then we get a deeper 3, 4, 5, which would actually look to push us potentially past this target zone for this wave 3 and potentially deeper here. So the 1618 of this current move that we have off of this 618 line here um, would bring us down to this 3216. So if we do actually break down here in a 1, 2, 3, basically this would be the zone we'd be looking for that third wave to play out, and then we'd be looking for evidence of that fourth and a fifth. If we do see that play out, effectively this third wave would then it would then move into this position, and we would get an additional fourth and a fifth down. So that's what I'm currently looking at. It's going to be key if we're looking for bullish potential to hold this support here. So another thing I wanted to discuss while we're on that topic of that support is there is also potential we could see something like this play out. So looking at this move slightly different, looking at this as an A wave, B wave, C wave, looking for a D wave, and then an E wave as a triangle of on a bigger scale here, because we are looking for a fourth wave, this is a viable option. What I would be looking out for would be to see if after we complete this 5-wave move, like I said, there is that potential we come down a little bit more here. The 1-to-1 is this 3725. So if we do get a 3-wave structure down here, which then does find support and actually comes back into this range, what I'd be looking out for would be to see whether we actually develop another zigzag to the upside, which could then lead us to be looking for this D wave. So this D wave would not be allowed to cross this 0559 zone, and we wouldn't be able to fall below this low point here of this 03349 area. If we break below this A wave or above this B wave, it invalidates the potential for this triangle. So keep an eye on this. It is quite choppy. We are developing within this channel though. Potentially we could actually come back and retest it. Alternatively, this could just be the start of a bigger move where we form this as an A, a B, a C. We form a 3-wave move in there, and then we continue to correct down deeper within this channel, and we could actually then look for that low target that we were looking for within this corrective move here, which would be towards this 25.25 at a 1-to-1. So yeah, these things could look to push us down into this range here of this previous fourth wave. So keep an eye on that. I am anticipating that we're going to see some more downside here. The only way that I wouldn't really be looking for that is either if this develops as a triangle within here, like I said, this would limit our downside then, and potentially, this would then be the next low within this sequence. before we actually look to break to the upside. So we'd be looking for that D and that E. We only get confirmation on this D wave though, so just bear that in mind. That's one of the possibilities here, is that this could just be turning into a big triangle here, and then we could look to break to the upside from that point. It is always possible as well, that we could look at this triangle the other way around, where this is an A, B, C, D, and an E, and then we'd look to break down. So the key difference is here, um, after this wave here, if we do not see 5-wave structure that breaks out of this triangle, we'd have to be cautious of the fact we could actually look to break down one more time here, for that, and that would just become an A, B, and a C, which would kind of tie in really with that idea of this fourth wave taking a bit of time, like we said when it started back here. This potentially is going to take some time to play out, so keep an eye on this. If we do form a triangle, this, and we do come down here for this E wave, just bear in mind what we want to see is a nice clean 5-wave structure, potentially taking us out of this channel, looking for a retest, and then looking to move away. If we only then see a 3-wave move to the upside, we'd have to be cautious then of that continuation to the downside within that structure. Obviously, we haven't invalidated this support zone yet either, so just bear that in mind. This thing could turn around here and start to move to the upside. Could be quite an interesting situation if we do actually move back up into this channel that we were within. Could actually look for a rejection off of there, and that's what I'm looking for that potential of that 1 2 1 2. If we do face a rejection off of this, potentially we could look for that deeper move to the downside to unfold. So just keep an eye on those areas. Like I said, I just want to go over it quickly. It's not my favorite idea within this. Is we would actually have to move this here. We're arguing that, potentially we could see this as a 1 and a 2, and then we're setting up another 1 and a 2 here, which is fine. It is viable, but first off, we'd have to take this high again for confirmation, the 6115. We'd have to also hold this zone of this wave 2 low, which would now be here towards this 3921. Failing to hold that would invalidate it, and then basically we'd have to look at this whole move as a diagonal, where that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 within here, and then this is a wave 2 like this. But yeah, it's not very neat. And the fact is, we can also just count that as a 3-wave move, so it would have to prove itself. It would have to hold this low, and then we'd also be looking for a move. So from our current location, we'd be looking for a move up here, which would look to move up past this 72.58. So that's why I say, we'd have to take this high, and we'd have to see a good move up here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then potentially we'd get another fourth and a fifth, and then that would complete this sequence to the upside, looking for that target zone of this fifth wave, which is up here towards this 132 to this 87 cent range here. Obviously, big psychological level here, if we do move up, would be that $1 area. I think that could be quite a big psychological area if we do get up into that zone. So keep an eye out on that. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find links to Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. As well as that, you'll find affiliate links and for BYBIT and Prime XBT down in the description. Check them out. They're really great exchanges, and we use them on the daily basis. Like I said, using the affiliate links does help support the channel. We do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.